Welcome to Certain Things, Buster about extreme weather, Buster about extreme weather. Now, this is by Kathleen Stahl Packwood. Now, apparently there are certain facts. Let's get started with Hurricane Who. We've been naming storms since the 19th century, thanks to meteorologists in Australia who started naming them after politicians she disliked. Ugh. Using female names caught on in the United States in the 1950s, and weather reports even included sexist cliches about temperatures and storms flirting with coasts. And male names got pulled into the mix by the 1979 outdoor Florida feminist Roxy Bolton campaign for the equality. That makes sense. The second one is the association with the destruction that can make hurricane monkey carriers plunge into popularity as baby names, apparently, which is what happened to Katrina after 2005 and Ida after 2021. Both were Category 5 hurricanes, the most catastrophic on the hurricane wind scale, with winds of more than 157 miles per hour. Particularly bad storms such as these have actually had their names retired by the World Meteorological Organization and the group that selects the names. The WMO actually lists 21 alphabetical names every year, and it skips the apparently Q, U, X, Y, and Z. And all 21 names were used in both 2020 and 2021. Now, number 3, maybe not with cats and dogs, but it really does rain animals sometimes. Tornadoes actually pick up critters and carry them long distances, leading to accounts of frogs or apparently even fish flying from the sky as recently as last year when anchovies rained down on San Francisco. By last year, I mean 2022. This thing is outdated. The fourth one is some say animals can predict the weather. Also, many such theories have been unproved. Apparently purported patterns include cows lying down ahead of rains and birds flying lower prior to storms. One link that has been proved is that the coastal sharks swim deeper in the water during the drop in barometric pressure that precedes tropical storms. Wow. The fifth one is ice can increase the weight of the tree branches 30-fold. During the Great Ice Storm of 1998, freezing rain brought down millions of trees across Canada and the northeastern United States. Widespread power outages left more than 5 million people without electricity, and some for a month. And blizzards can actually wreak similar havoc, and they can happen in unlikely places. Apparently, during Iran's 1972 blizzard, called the worst in history, almost 26 feet of snow fell over nearly a week. Once-in-a-generation storms such as this are happening more often as polar winds meet warmer than usual winter conditions. Yeah. Number 7, rising average temperatures across the globe are contributing to more frequent heat waves and bigger storms. Earlier this year, Cyclone Freddy, reminds me of Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, whatever. Actually, that's a bad idea. Raised for record of 34 days, hitting parts of Africa. Human activity is known to compound to the disastrous efforts of extreme weathers too. In British Columbia in 2021, torrential rains over forest areas that have been clear-cut led to the deadly mudslides. Major flooding in Germany and Belgium in 2021, and Australia's unprecedented bushfires in 2020 have also been attributed to climate change. Now, after bursting on the scene in the 1970s, the disaster movie genre, which hits such as The Poseidon Adventures and The Swarm, actually really took off in the 1990s. Even so, Volcano, Hard Rain, and Avalanche, name a few, just couldn't match the success of one of the decade's biggest blockbusters, Twister! The Twister. Are you serious right now, Claude? Yeah, he took my spot. Ninth fact, lightning sprites, common in the Midwest, actually make skies glow with jellyfish-like shapes during thunderstorms. The crimson lights are produced by electric discharges in a middle region of the atmosphere known as the mesosphere. The tall buildings are especially actually prone to the lightning strikes, so skyscrapers are equipped with lightning rods to safely dissipate the energy if they get hit. Chicago's Willis Tower, formerly called the Sears Tower, was struck 250 times from 2015 to 2020. And the 10th fact is that Mongolia's northern province of Dornogovi actually experienced a record 20-hour sandstorm in 2021. And these storms occur when strong winds sweep across dry deserts, and it can sometimes cause blood rain, a reddish precipitation from dust carried from the Sahara Desert, mixing with water before falling back to Earth. This rare event occurred in the sky over Spain in literally 2022. The 11th fact is that intense heat waves can melt power lines and buckle railway habits, which happened in 2022 in the UK. And the 12th fact is that every year 1,200 or so tornadoes are reported in the United States, and that's 75% of all the tornadoes in the world. Tornado Alley, which runs vertically through the middle of the country from South Dakota to Texas, bears the brunt, and the Lone Star State is hit more frequently, averaging 137 tornadoes a year, but a neighboring state, Oklahoma, holds the record for the biggest twister ever. In 2013, a 2.6-mile wide one barreled through El Oklahoma at never-before-seen ground speeds of 295 miles per hour. The third team found that while most people wisely seek safety during extreme weather, storm chasers actually run towards the action. Despite the dangers and deaths are rare, and these extreme weather bugs gather invaluable meteorological data. You can actually stream the spectacular videos they capture on platforms such as Weather Spy, Girls Who Chase, founded by extreme weather lovers Jen, Walton, and Melanie Nelts in 2021, actually inspires and educates women to head out to the eye of the storms and pursue careers in science. Yay! Alright, what's next? Einstein did what? Einstein did what? But first, oh where, thousands of years of erosion around with the trees on top have made its massive rock resemble a root vegetable, hence its name, turnip rock. The shallow water around it allows visitors to kayak 3.5 miles into the lake to see it, to rest before paddling back. And 3/4 of the calls that the local Chamber of Commerce receives are about turnip rock. And where is it? The answer is on page 111. Wait, what? Why did I sing all that? Alright, apparently this is a fact. So, I guess we'll just do it. Alright, what's next? Apparently the place is Port Austin, Michigan, where the lake in question is Lake Huron. So this is Turnip Rock. I feel like I'm just giving away that I'm reading all this and not actually going for the script. Alright, what's next? What's last? What's next? What's last? Okay, I'm gonna stop saying that. Next up, Einstein did what? Einstein did what? Yes, I do not believe this myself. Einstein did what? Silly slip-ups from a few of history's greatest genius minds, punked by Benjamin Franklin. And to give Franklin his due, he made groundbreaking discoveries in the field of electronics, even though both battery, the word, and batteries, the saying, and came up with the concept of positive and negative charges. But this comes second to Franklin's true electrical vocation, practical jokes. Apparently, picture the scene. It's like summer. What time? What? It's. Alright, we're going to have to do it in a war zone! Alright, anyways. Picture the scene! It's summer of 1749! And you've invited to a party at your good old pal Ben's house. And sit down, pick up your wine glass, take a sip, and you are hit with an electric shock straight to the mouth. And this is a typical hazard of being friends with Benjamin Franklin. Not only did his guests put up with electrified wine glasses, they were also spooked by dancing spiders made from cork and string. They're invited to send sparks of electricity between one another through air kisses. Bruh. Franklin also invented a party game called Treason, in which players were told to touch a portrait of King George and would receive a shock when they did so. He even adapted the game to work with multiple players at once. If a ring of persons take a shock among them, he wrote, assume while giggling like the villain from 1940s B-movie. The experiment is called conspiracy. And apparently the father of electricity first encountered wonders after witnessing the experiment / radio show in 1743. It was electro! Okay, apparently the father of electricity first encountered its wonders after witnessing an experiment / radio show in 1743 and was electrified by the experience, to say the least. And next up, Napoleon's fluffiest foes. Now, history is written by the victors, which is how Napoleon Bonaparte managed to be such a noble man of the people. Right up until he was defeated at Waterloo, at which point he became a short, angry warmonger. Still, he fought more than 60 battles and lost only 8 times, which is a pretty impressive record. It is one of those defeats hadn't been against a herd of bunnies. Pleased with himself at having won the war of the Fourth Coalition against most of Europe, Napoleon decided to celebrate by taking his favorite generals on a rabbit hunt. Rabbit hunt? Huh. Thousands of bunnies were brought to a field and caged. Presumably, the hunters expected the rabbits to take one look at their assembled might and run for the hill. What in fact happened was actually the rabbits saw some humans, who most likely have cabbage, I imagine, while hopping merrily towards them. The rabbits swarmed the coaches, overpowered the coachman with fluffiness, and Napoleon jumped into his carriage and beat a hasty retreat. Wow. And French won victory against the combined armies of Britain, Russia, Prussia, Sweden, Saxony, and Sicily. The Emperor France had finally been defeated by a bunch of bunnies. Aha! Who thought, hey, nice humans, who most likely have cabbage, I imagine. That is so funny. Ugh. Finally, we get to Einstein. Einstein is most famous today as well. Einstein. He's the Hoover of genius. His name is synonymous with what he was. But among the accolades is something else truly impressive. His ability to make strangers save his life over and over again, and everyone wants to even look like he might actually learn from it. In 1939, Einstein rented a cottage in Sleepy Cottage, Long Island, New York. He had one thing in mind: sailing. Relaxing on a boat, he said he could be oblivious to the world. There was just one little problem. He was a terrible sailor! You had 30 people around here, and who told you they'd rescue Einstein when he capsized and told him and his boat in? There's this local who said, "We kids who are growing up around here know how to sail," agreed fellow local and ex-kid Louis Thompson said. And Einstein did. Einstein was known across the eastern seaboard for his nautical mishaps, and he even made national news after somehow stranding himself in Connecticut. And his salty sea dog never learned to swim, which, considering how much time he actually spent falling into water, was kind of impressive, forcing others to alert to his rescue. But the residents of this place, apparently its name is Cachogo, and everywhere else, Einstein was actually fond of capsizing, and he knew the truth that they might not have been so forgiving. It's not like he was doing it on purpose, right? Or while they were engaged in interesting conversation, the person who said this, Leo Waters, actually cried "Ashrang," for they were almost upon another boat. Wow. And he veered away in excellent control, and then he was remarked what a close call they had, and he started to laugh and sailed directly toward one boat after another, much to his horror. But he always veered off in time, like he was and laughed like a little naughty kid. Nice. Next up, teachers put to the test, but hey, that's enough. That's enough. So hopefully you guys actually enjoyed this episode. See you guys soon. And so wait for part 3. Until next time, shine out. Peace. And always remember this. Drum roll. Wear a helmet.